Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome. How is everyone doing today? Hello, hello. What's up? Hopefully everyone's doing well today. I welcome you all to my first of two gameplay streams for Thursday, August 13th, 2020. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. What are we doing today? Well, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing today, everybody. First of all, we're maxing and relaxing, which is always a good thing. But what games are we playing? Well, the first stream today is the continuation of Nier Automata, my complete run, meaning you guys nominated and voted for this game to be part of viewers' choice because you wanted, after 3.5 years, you wanted me to go back to this game and play it in its entirety. Not just a single run through the side A story or whatever it may be called. Because apparently the game has 5 different campaigns. A, B, C, D, E. And apparently you don't get the full story until you finish E. Okay? So, we're continuing this today. Last time around, I started it up. You guys seem to really enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It was about 3.5 hours in at this point, and people, who've played the hell out of this game said, yep, you're about a third of the way through the side A story, which is good. So we're going to continue on today. We're in the village of the robots, who apparently are non-violent and just kind of want to live in peace. The plot of this game is quite unique, and I'm interested to see where it goes because, number one, I played this 3.5 years ago when I had just become an interactive streamer. It was literally the first month that I was doing interactive streams. And at that point, it was very hard for me to juggle the action of a game with talking with you guys and interacting. I feel that over the last 3 years, I've gotten a lot better at this. And our interactivity and fun level on these streams is definitely higher for me. I don't know about you guys, but I have a heck of a lot more fun these days, on the streams interacting with you guys, which is cool. I like that aspect. So the fact that this game's 3.5 years old, right? And a lot of you have already played it, you talking with me about the game and stuff has been pretty neat. So I'm looking forward to more. People are saying basically today, maybe one more session over the weekend, and I should wrap up the side A story again, and then I can head into the side B. Okay? So let's see how it goes. Today, I want to see how far I can get. And see how much I remember, too. Like, I remembered a lot of this early game stuff, but I don't know how much of the later game stuff I'm going to remember. We'll find out. If you remember, as I got further into the game, it got much tougher, I remember. So we'll see as we play more how it goes. So I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are, too. I want to remind everyone, please support the streams of Nier Automata for 2 different reasons. The first reason is because, let's be honest, it's a 3.5-year-old game. It's a game that, although it has a dedicated cultish fan base, like a cult-like following, admittedly, it's probably not a game that's going to bring in mainstream attention or views to my streams as I play it, and because I've committed to doing a complete run per you requesting it via viewer's choice, it's going to be around for a while, and so I want to make sure that people are coming out to support the streams. Also, I've already kind of explained this, but sadly, as soon as I uploaded my first batch of Nier Automata videos to YouTube a couple days ago, they were all claimed by third parties. Apparently, the soundtrack of this game, it's not even clear who has, the rights to the soundtrack. Because when I uploaded the videos, they were claimed by, 3 different music companies. 3! Not 1, not 2, 3. They were all claiming rights. So they're kind of fighting with each other over the rights to the music on YouTube. And that means I make absolutely nothing on the videos on YouTube. Those companies are going to tear apart the ad revenue that's on that video. And I get the feeling it will be like this for the entirety of the playthrough. So we'll see what happens, moving forward. But I guarantee you, this really is just not going to do anything on YouTube at all when it comes to, number one, views anyway, because the playthrough's old anyway. The game's 3.5 years old. But also, it seems like everyone on the planet is trying to claim rights to the game. So that being said, it's really going to be dependent on people supporting the streams. in order to, be a part of my content and be profitable. So I hope that you guys will support the streams. Obviously, as you guys know, we've got the tips goal in effect. The vest streak continues. We're at 234. And if it continues on at the rate that it's going, that means that the next vest celebration will be a week from Saturday. And we'll talk about that in a moment so you guys know what to expect. Okay? So anyway, thank you. The first stream was great a couple days ago. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to more today. And I'm looking forward to all these other, runs of the game that we're going to be doing. And I hope you guys will show up and support them, since it seems like the YouTube thing is out of the question at this point. Okay? All right. Later tonight, the late night stream is the continuation of Fire Emblem Three Houses. We are firmly into the second half of the game. The future, I want to say the future, but it's 5 years into the future from where the game started. And everyone's an adult, and we've reformed our group, and we're out on the search for Rhea. We don't know where she went. She disappeared after the fight 5 years in the past where she turned into a goddamn dragon. I know that sounds weird, because it is. And that we're off searching for her, and that's basically the plot of the game now. So I hope you guys will join me for 2 more hours of Fire Emblem Three Houses later tonight. Okay? That's the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, we continue on with Ghost of Tsushima. And we are very, very quickly approaching the end of the game. Last stream, we unlocked the final legs of the story for our side characters, supplementary characters, whatever you want to call them. Lady Masako, Ichikawa, and Norio. So when we do this tomorrow, that's probably what we're going to be focusing on, is finishing up their plot lines, and then seeing if there's anything else, any other side content, odds and ends to do before we continue on with the story. Because I predict 2 more streams, and I'm going to complete Ghost of Tsushima. Again, not that I'm rushing. I'm taking my time, and I'm going to do all meaningful content that I come across. I've enjoyed the game so damned much. I'd be a fool to not actually, enjoy the game at a slow pace and really get as much out of it as I can. I've really loved the game. And I'm going to play it at my, again, at an exploration style gameplay rather than rushing through it to finish it. Okay? So probably I'm estimating 2 more streams for Ghost of Tsushima. Tomorrow is the next one. Tomorrow night, Friday night, is my weekly throwback Street Fighter session where we play old school Street Fighter and have a good time. All right? That's my weekly session of that. And then on Saturday will be the continuation of Nier Automata, which I predict will more than likely be the end of my Side A playthrough and maybe even starting up Side B. Okay? And then Saturday night will be the continuation of Paper Mario. Yes, Paper Mario and the Origami King. And then Sunday is the likely conclusion of Ghost of Tsushima. All right? And Sunday night will be more Fire Emblem, and then Monday more Nier Automata. At that point, we'll probably be heading into the deep into the Side B run, which I don't know, what the difference is, honestly. I guess we're going to find out together. And then Monday night, more Paper Mario. Okay? So that's the rough schedule for the week. It looks like we're going to be finishing up Ghost of Tsushima over the weekend, which is good. Now, next week, we're going to have some variety. Because, number one, I'm going to take one of the late night streams of either Paper Mario or Fire Emblem, and I'm going to make it a daytime stream one day. So that way, we can free up a few night streams to do some more Fall Guys. You guys have expressed the desire to see more Fall Guys on the stream. Last night, I played 2 hours of Fall Guys, and I got my first few wins in the game, and you guys were freaking out when I was winning. You guys were absolutely loving it. So I want to do more Fall Guys. The problem is, it's not a riveting enough game to really hold down a major 3-4 hour stream. It's more like a late night 2 hour dosage thing makes more sense. And since that's the case, I want to clear up some night streams by doing either Paper Mario or Fire Emblem as a main stream. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. In fact, I may ask you guys over the course of this weekend, what would you rather see as a 3-4 hour stream next week? Okay? So whatever I decide, likely will end up being a major stream either Wednesday or Thursday. Okay? And then the night streams will basically be Fall Guys, Street Fighter, whichever game I don't play as the main game. Okay? Those will be the night streams. And then, as I mentioned, the next Vest celebration, if we continue to hit the tips goals and keep the Vest streak intact, will be on that Saturday, so a week from this coming Saturday. And I have many things planned, including a reveal during that stream, a Q&A segment, a live DSP Tries It, which I'm still debating what I should do, and I would like your feedback on what you would like to see as a live DSP Tries It during that event. I have a couple ideas in mind, but if you guys come up with something better, please let me know. And maybe some Fall Guys, because you guys really like me playing Fall Guys, so maybe I'll do a quick session of Fall Guys. And one of the ideas that I've tossed around is the return of the Back in the Day segment, where I go back into my past and I talk about things, that I used to be involved with. I used to do this segment as a part of my podcast years ago, but I haven't done a podcast in a long time. So maybe this could be a good idea. Now, what topic it would be, I don't know. One of the suggestions I got was my history with Street Fighter growing up in arcades in the 90s and talking about how it was in arcades and how Street Fighter was played back then and what the community was like, etc. I could definitely do that, but I don't know if that's what you want to hear. A lot of people have already heard that over the years in my podcast when I talked about it, but then again, a lot of people weren't around that long and maybe would like to actually hear me talk about that stuff. I don't know. Okay? So let's see. Let's see what happens, okay? But that's kind of what I'm planning for the 250 Vest Streak celebration. All right? And then, what I'm planning on doing is probably starting up a new playthrough. Now, this month, there's many new games coming out, but I'll be honest, none of them are really too riveting to me. There's a Samurai Jack game coming out. There's a DLC for Control featuring Alan Wake. There's a Battletoads game coming out. And there's a new game from Don't Nod, the makers of Life is Strange, called Tell Me Why. That's episodic. So you see what I mean? That's really all there's really going on this month in games. Nothing too giant or blockbuster, and admittedly nothing that's too super interesting to me. So I'm debating what to play, if I even should play any of those, because the other option would be to play Batman Arkham City remaster. Excuse me. People have wanted to see me play a Batman game for many years. It's now been 5 years since I played a Batman game, because the last one, Arkham Knight, came out in 2015. The Rocksteady trilogy of Batman games is outstanding, and the best one, in my opinion, was Arkham City. And it came in third place in the polls for viewer's choice. So obviously there's a desire for you guys to see the playthrough. And that could be something good to balance for variety's sake with Nier Automata for the rest of this month. So I'm debating it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. Okay? It's really dependent on your feedback. Would you rather see me play a bunch of smaller titles like I just mentioned for the rest of the month, or would you rather see me do Batman? Okay? So, we'll see. But that's kind of what I have in mind for the rest of this month. Now, keep in mind, there is a subscriber goal for the month of August. I haven't really mentioned this recently. That's my fault. As you can see, we've been teetering around 800 subs. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down. We keep hitting around 800 subs. If we hit 825 concurrent subscriptions during any point in the month of upcoming August, we're going to be doing a gaming marathon where it's going to be a special day-long event where I play a variety of games that you guys pick. And the varieties that are eligible are either going to be indie games, rage-inducing games, or classic Mario, meaning Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2, The Lost Levels, games that I've never actually played on a stream before for the internet. I never played those games at all for the internet, which is kind of wild when you think about it. They're the classics everyone grew up with, and I never played them. So, that is what's going on with that. If you subscribe to the channel, you guys know the many benefits you get. You get over 40 emotes. You get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a sub. You don't have to watch ads when I take ad breaks. And, of course, you support the channel. As soon as we hit 825 subs, I will open up a poll by which you guys will start voting on the type of marathon you want to see. Once we determine the type of marathon, then people will start to nominate games that would make sense for said marathon, okay? And that marathon will likely take place sometime in September, FYI. It'll be a day-long marathon sometime in September. That's the sub goal for this month. Okay, guys? Okay. Outside of that, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to cover all the odds and the ends and everything to make sure that I've covered everything before we move on here. My nose itches. Had some allergies this morning. I woke up and my nose was bothering me a lot. It was congested, so I took an allergy medication. Now I can breathe pretty well, but my nose is still itching, which is annoying. But it is what it is, I guess. No, I think I've covered pretty much all the topics there, schedule-wise and everything that I needed to cover. So I think we're good in that regard. So I guess what we'll do, we're just going to move right along. I don't have any real gaming news or anything to talk about today. Nothing has really happened in the realm of gaming in the last 24 hours of too much particular interest. So I don't have much to talk about in that regard at all. You know, I think we just move right on to the next segment. Okay? So, the next segment is shoutouts, where I say thank you to those who've contributed. And actually what I want to do is I want to refresh my my leaderboard here. Yeah, I say thank you, and we have a lot of fun having some early morning conversations here before we get started with gameplay. Okay. All right, so a few shout outs here. First of all, overnight, I received a generous $31 tip from Street Fighter fan who said, "Glory to mankind." Thank you for the overnight tip, Street Fighter fan. That is very much appreciated. Thank you for that. Also, I got a cheer from Golden Colts, who said, "How come your channel description still mentions KO Gaming, even though it's abandoned?" Well, I'm not even aware what you mean by that. Channel description of what? Channel description on my YouTube channel, channel description of my Twitch channel, and where is that even located? I don't even know where that is. The channel description? So I need more information. If you could be more descriptive, I'd be very happy to look into that and fix that. Because you're right, KO Gaming is a part of my history from 4 years ago. Yes. It was a fun year of my life working on that, quite frankly. It was very fun over the course of the early year into the summer and into the fall, working on KO Gaming and having a channel that became very successful. It was, for what it was, for the fact that the channel only existed, what was it, like 8 months that I put work into it or something like that? The fact that the channel had videos with millions of views and that people actually loved the channel and were going to it in hundreds of thousands of views on game reviews and stuff was pretty amazing. And if anything, it proved that if I really wanted to be that kind of a content creator, I could be. I could be successful doing that if I wanted to. But really what it came down to was two factors. Number one, it was a ton of work that took me away from playing games. That year, I played way less games than I usually would because I was focused solely on doing editing and edited videos at the night's time. There was no night streams. If you remember, it was only one stream a day, and the stream was only about 4 hours of gameplay every day. Instead of that, I was editing every night. Okay? But in addition to that, YouTube fell through with ad revenue. If you remember, at one point, YouTube ad revenue was good, and then the YouTube adpocalypse happened in early 2017. So the same video making the same views in 2016 to 2017 makes half as much money now, if not less. And that's not an exaggeration, that's the truth. YouTube lost most of their major advertisers in 2017, and it made it completely not viable to really make a living on YouTube anymore unless you're bringing in hundreds of thousands to millions of views pretty much every single day. You need like between 500K to 1 million views a day in order to even make a living on YouTube. So, pretty bad. So it sucks because, you know, that could have definitely been something that I would have stayed doing and focused on if YouTube didn't fall apart in 2017, but they did, you know, and there's nothing I could do about that. So, that was a cool year, and like I said, again, it proved I could be that kind of content creator if I really wanted to be. It was successful for the year I did it, but number one, I really enjoy being a full-time interactive streamer and having this social interaction with all of you on a daily basis. I feel it's a better thing. And number two, quite frankly, this is way more profitable. Being crowdfunded by people who like me instead of reliant on ad revenue on a website that does a poor job of selling ad space and then I make no money on my work, I think it makes sense to be crowdfunded. So, thank you guys for your support here. I appreciate that very much. All right, so now we move on to people who contributed during today's live stream. We started off with Only Iced Coffee, who did a 100-bit cheer, first cheer of the day. He says, "Hello, Philip. I really enjoyed your Fall Guys stream last night. It was super relaxing and chill and lots of hilarity and fun. Glad you got a few wins under your belt, too." Yes, I still like the game. It was only my second session ever. I still like the game, and I feel that, at least for now, it's good because I'm getting better at the game now. I'm starting to learn the ins and outs of the different mini games and getting better at them to the point where I won 3 matches last night, right? And that's a good thing. It's cool. It's cool to see me try to persevere. I don't know if the game will have longevity. I've criticized it strongly and said, you know, the mini games themselves are fun, but how many times can you play the same, 12, 15 mini games or something? You know, how many times can you do the same stuff over and over? Also, there's 2 mini games that I've literally only played once. I don't know why on earth I almost never get to play them. They don't seem to get into the rotation. While there's other mini games that I swear to God I've played a bajillion times. They always seem to be selected. So maybe the randomness needs to be fixed or whatever. I don't know. But I like it. And I like it so much. And you guys like it so much. You've demanded. You haven't requested. You've demanded more. You said, we demand more Fall Guys. To which I responded and said, absolutely not. How dare you make a demand of me? No, I'm kidding. I give you what you want. You guys want more Fall Guys. So guess what? That means I will give you more Fall Guys. Now, I can't do it this week. I'm booked this week with so much content. Next week, like I said, I'm going to make one of my main gameplay streams next week. One of the games that I've been playing at night, either Paper Mario or Fire Emblem. So that'll free up a couple of nighttime streams so that we can actually play Fall Guys a couple times next week. I'll probably play it early on in the week, and then I'll probably play it like late in the week. Next streaming week. So we'll see. Maybe it makes sense to do that. Maybe once a week I take one of the late night games and I make it a daytime stream so that way we can have more time at night and we can play some Fall Guys stuff, right? So that's going to be next week. I agree with you. I really liked Fall Guys Only Iced Coffee. Thank you for the support, man. Team Gardenator did a 100-bit cheer. He said, how did Fall Guys get its name? The person was falling down from the cliff and the guy caught the person, so that is how Fall Guys gets its name. Okay. Great. Thanks for the cheer. Only Iced Coffee gifted a subscription to Team Gardenator. Congratulations, Team Gardenator, and thank you, Only Iced Coffee, for the channel support. The first tip of the day is Nendanor, who tipped me $1 and asked the following. Is Death Stranding any good? It's now out on PC, but I'm not sure about it. Oh, man. Okay. Death Stranding. It's a very subjective game. What I mean by that is it's hard to objectively say whether or not the game is good because it really depends on what you're looking for in a game. I will tell you right now, if you're looking for an interesting, unique, and gripping story with really good acting, and really good character models, it's one of the best games ever made. In that, if that's what you're looking for in a game, the story is super unique, outstanding. It's a good mystery throughout the course of the game, and I would say, unlike some other Kojima Productions games, you know, Metal Gear games in particular, this game, by the end of the game, explains everything and makes 100% sense by the end of the game. So that's when I beat it, as long as it took to beat it, when I beat it, I felt super satisfied. I was like, wow, that really was a great ending. It wrapped everything up. I understand everything. This is good stuff. Okay? So, if that's what you're looking for in a game, go for it. Now, if you're looking for groundbreaking, riveting gameplay, it's probably the game you want to avoid. The game is mostly traversing giant empty terrains, carrying a bunch of shit on your back, trying to balance it on your back, and trying to avoid being attacked by either humanoid enemies that are trying to steal your shit, or invisible creatures that are trying to kill you. Okay? It's one or the other. There are a few large-scale epic boss fights and or a few large-scale monsters that come after you that you can fight with weapons that you unlock over the course of the game, and those are pretty fun, but admittedly, they're also pretty easy. There's really nothing super challenging about the gameplay of the game. It's more super tedious. You see what I'm saying? The challenge is in your patience rather than actual difficulty level. So that's why the game is also so long. The game forces you to backtrack a ton and go over areas you've already been a bunch of times, carrying shit back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If you're okay with that, if you have a lot of time on your hands, then I recommend the game. I think it is one of the best stories in modern gaming. And I'm very happy that I did play it and tough it out to experience the story because I really enjoyed it. At the same time, yeah, there were some really big, boring ass times during the playthrough. And I even said this during the playthrough. I said if it weren't for the fact that I'm an interactive live streamer and I had an audience to talk with during these incredibly boring fucking segments of retreading the same areas over and over, I don't know if I would have finished the game. Even knowing that there was a great story coming up, it's that much of a slog in certain parts that it's just really hard to get through. So my opinion is, if you're looking for a great story and you don't care about the gameplay, but you have a lot of time on your hands, get it. But understand, you're getting yourself into something. It's going to be very lengthy. It's going to be very time consuming. If you get to the end of the marathon that it is, it's worth it. The story is outstanding. But if that's the case, and maybe you don't have a lot of time, and you were looking for a game with more meaningful gameplay, I at least recommend that you either read a summary of the story or you watch someone else's playthrough, so that way, you can actually get that story, because that would be a shame if you miss out on that story. Kojima himself is a great writer, and I'm sure he worked with others to make the story of the game, but man, it's really good. I mean, if anything, Kojima is a grade A storyteller. I mean, Death Stranding, PT, the Metal Gear Solid series, this guy knows what he's doing when he writes these epic stories, and really knows how to direct and tell them in a really creative and fun manner. I can't wait to see what he does next, because apparently he's doing a full-on horror game, which would be really outstanding. So, anyway, that's my opinion on Death Stranding. A lot of people hated it. I didn't hate it nearly as much as most people. At the same time, I'm not going to kiss the game's butt. Okay? Okay. Ricardo cheered and said, I'm noticing you fill your water bottle with bathroom tap water. Midstream, how can we send you a second water bottle so you're adequately prepared? You want to send me a second thermos? What exactly is the big deal about me possibly running out of water on the second stream and having to refill the water bottle exactly? I'm not exactly sure what the big deal is about that. Why do you even care? Anyway. Lunaba has gifted a couple subscriptions this morning. Lunaba gifted a subscription to Isadora1 and then one to Starman1994. So congratulations to both of you on the gifted subs. Hope you enjoy them, and thank you for the channel support, Lunaba. Excuse me, I felt that burp coming. Alright, well guys, I think what we're going to do is do some shout-outs to the top cheerers of the week and top sub-gifters of the week, and after that, there's not much else to do because I don't have much to talk about, and I've basically given shout-outs for everything already. So let's see here. Shout-out to the top cheerers of the week. What on earth? 1, 2, 3. We have a triple tie for 8th place between Lies of Her Soul, Golden Colts, and Only Iced Coffee. Then we got, in 7th place, Captain Caveman, and then we have a tie for 5th place between Nonsense Gaming Live and Spartan King. In 4th place, we've got Mature Adult. No, excuse me. It's a tie for 3rd place between Mature Adult and Yoshino Lover. Then in 2nd place, we got Slepisa. And in 1st place, Shadow the Hedgehog. So thank you guys so far for the cheers this week. The week is still very young. It's very easy for you to get up on that leaderboard if you would like, because those are pretty low cheer totals. No big deal there if you want to get on there and get some recognition. Shout out to those who have contributed gifted subscriptions to the channel this week. Okay? First of all, we've got Spartan King, El Nice Gaio, and Gorilla X Pimp, who each gifted a single subscription to the channel. Then we got Lunaba, who gifted 2 subs to the channel. And Only Iced Coffee continuing on with their very, very generous support of the channel. 18 gifted subs to the channel. Thank you very much to Only Iced Coffee for that. I appreciate that. Okay. I just got a cheer from Ricardo, who says the following. Let's see here. Hold on. If you let your detractors prevent you from playing games with your fans they've won, maybe it's time to wine up. Wine up? W-I-N-E. What, do you want me to drink wine? It's time to wine up and deal with the possibility of trolls joining your game because your fans bend over backwards for you daily. Number one, you may not realize this, there is no overwhelming desire from my fans to do multiplayer. It doesn't exist. There are a few fans who want to play multiplayer with me, that is true. And then there's a large group of detractors who want to join and ruin the games. And so they sit there whining like babies, acting like it's something important when it's not. It's a very vocal minority of people who are interested in this. People like seeing me play games where it's competitive for me to play online, and I have a chance to either win or fail. When I win, it's cool. Victory, he overcame. When I fail, you'll laugh at my fails. People also like to see me play narrative-based games a lot. People like to see me play cult classics, you know. I like to play RPGs. Sadly, I don't really have a widespread audience of people who like to see that. But the group of dedicated people who like my RPG playthroughs are enough to support those playthroughs, okay? But the point I'm making is this. There is no large group of people who want to see me do multiplayer. It does not exist. Even back in the day, when I was super duper popular, alright, and I did multiplayer events, I'm not even kidding you, at most, the group of people who wanted to see me do it was between 50 and 100. That was when I used to get 10,000 views per video on YouTube. Only about between 50 and 100 people ever wanted to join my multiplayer events. The last few multiplayer events that I did, when I did them, basically I couldn't even get enough people to fill a lobby, and that's why the trolls were able to fill the lobby and jump in and shit, you see? This is not a true desire. This is horseshit by people who want to see trolling happen. I'm not stupid. I'm smarter than that because I've been doing this now for 12 years, and I know that this is just an avenue for these people who literally cannot screw with my content anymore because, let's face it, I've been there, done that, and I know what I'm doing. I'm going to have a dedicated fan base, right? These people now are mad. Why are they mad? Because 2020, inexplicably, has actually been a really good year for my streams, right? There's an air of positivity around the streams that hasn't been around in a long time. People are talking positively about me, and I have an unprecedented amount of support with the vest streak going on. So, man, we really can't get to Phil this year. What do? Let's make him try to do multiplayer events that will ruin. No, I'm not stupid, and I'm not going to waste time on this nonsense. I understand that there's a desire that some people want to play Fall Guys with me. Well, if we randomly matchmake together one day, great. If not, sorry. I'm not going to waste time putting a bunch of people on my friends list just to have people get harassed online. I know what I'm doing, and you got to trust the streamer who's been around the block like me to know what they're doing right. And if you don't think I'm doing it right, then maybe you shouldn't be here to begin with. There is no overwhelming desire for me to play multiplayer games at all. Period. And that's that. Zack Snyder tipped me $1.30 and says, I noticed you praised Kojima for his storytelling. What about my film, Batman vs. Superman? Didn't you feel the emotional weight of hearing Martha? Or watching Jesse Eisenberg's riveting performance as Lex Luthor? Oh my god. Do I really have to, like, respond to any of that? I don't think so. I think it's a joke anyway. So, Ugly Tuna Roll to me, $4.20. I said, Phil, I love your streams. I don't like Nier Automata much. I'll see you at the later stream. Sounds good, man. If you like, you know, the RPG stuff with Fire Emblem, come on by. We'll hang out, have a chill time tonight. So, Ugly Tuna Roll is the top tipper of the day so far. Let's get him up on the leaderboard here. And so it's another $5 in tips. So it gets us up to $6 so far today. Thank you guys, whoops, for the support. Whoops. What is going on here? There we go. No. There we go. Okay. Stupid mouse. What's going on here? Stop this. Wow. Technical issues. All right, we're good now. All right, guys. So, I mean, that's it. Does anyone have anything to talk about? Any questions? Any ideas for the upcoming Vest celebration for DSP Tries It or other things that I could talk about, maybe as a back in the day segment or something during that event? I'm looking for feedback. I'm looking for honest feedback here, on what to do for that event. I don't want people to sit around complaining all day when I'm trying to take in your feedback to do what you guys want. So, excuse me. VG Stuff says, please, games at the festival. Well, as I said, I think I will do a segment of Fall Guys. Since you guys like it so much, maybe like an hour of the festival, I'll play Fall Guys just for fun. Okay? No, I'm not doing a house tour. I've explained about 5 billion times why I'm never doing a house tour again. Personal safety being the big one. No, I'm not doing a mukbang, but I'm going to do a live DSP Tries It, which includes me eating food if you want to call it the same thing. Resburgoo did a 200-bit, 50-bit cheer. No, excuse me. I got this confused. Resburgoo did a 200-bit cheers. Any thoughts on Boggy 2988? Boggy. I know. Well, Boggy? Who's Boggy? If you mean Boogie, no, I don't really have any thoughts. At all. From the little I know of the guy, he seemed to be a really nice guy on the internet. although apparently now there's a lot of controversy and stuff associated with the guy. I wouldn't know because I don't pay attention to other content creators. So I have no idea, and I have nothing to say. Now, if you mean Boggy, I don't know who the fuck Boggy is. So, Eternal Napalm did a 250-bit cheer. Thank you, Eternal Napalm. That is the biggest cheer of the day. Let's get Eternal Napalm now up on the leaderboard here. Hold on. Okay. A game setup video? What do you mean? Like showing you my gaming setup? What I would say is maybe by the end of this year, because what I'm hoping to do, number one, by the end of this year, I'm obviously hoping to get the new consoles, okay? So at least there'd be something new to show. In addition, what I'm hoping is if we can keep this positivity going with the level of support I've been getting all year, all right, I could possibly get rid of this couch that I'm sitting on, get a new chair or replace it with a chair I have, possibly get a small green screen setup going. So then there'll actually be some improvements to the office to show you guys if I wanted to do like an office gaming setup kind of video. Right now, there's nothing to show you guys, okay? Beastly Mr. E did 100-bit cheer and said, Nier Automata is a great game. I hope you enjoy it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I want to enjoy it. And you know, admittedly, when I played this game 3.5 years ago, I didn't know what I was getting into. And I really played it because a lot of people were suggesting it as something to do on a stream rather than, oh, this is a game that I heard a lot about and I wanted to play. And then when I beat it, I thought it was done. People were like, no, there's like 4 more runs. I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I don't think so. We're going to do something else. And then I never went back to it. So I'm happy now to finally be going back to it and seeing what I missed out on that everyone told me over the years that I really missed out on and I should have experienced. Okay? Fluttershy says, last night was at a friend's house. He had pierogies. They're good. And he remembers my family made them. Yeah, my mom used to make homemade pierogies. She would hand make the pasta, make the cheese and potato filling by hand, and then fill it, fry it up, and then you fry it up with onions, fried onions. And it is pretty good. I like pierogies. Okay. Am I Polish? Yes, I am 1/4 Polish. My mother is 50% Italian, 50% Polish, because both of her parents were, her dad was an actual immigrant, an actual Italian immigrant, and her mom was the daughter of Polish immigrants to the Americas. So, I'm 50, she's 50-50, which means that I'm a quarter. See what I mean? So I'm a quarter Polish. I'm shocked people don't know this. I've talked about it many times over the years. But then again, not everyone listens to every single piece of content I put out, so I understand. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? Anything you want to talk about before we take a break and get ready for the game? No? Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, so here's what we'll do. Let's take a brief break. I'm going to go use the restroom. We'll come back. We'll start a little bit early with gameplay, so we'll get a little bit extra gameplay in of Nier Automata today. Okay? Fair enough? All right, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks. I'll play some music for you.